Hello there, I'm Daz. In this video I'll be pointing out the locations of 13 skill books that can be found in Markarth. This will also include the zones within Understone Keep. So I'm starting the video just outside of Sidna Mine, where we can actually find a copy of proper lock design. Now when you first enter this place you may be challenged by the guards, but you can pretty much ignore them and you will
I
be
catch
free
you
to
stealing anything,
explore.
I'll break your neck.
Although you are free to explore, you will need to pick an adept level lock in order to enter this room. I've already picked all the appropriate locks earlier, and there we can find proper lock design. I've read all of these skill books already, so you're not going to see any skill
I catch you
increases.
stealing anything, I'll break your neck.
Ooh, that's very menacing. So the next location is not as hostile. We just need to head up to the Hag's Cure, where we can find a copy of Herbalist's Guide to Skyrim. And just behind the counter there,
Look at you. If only everyone acted like you.
Herbalist's Guide to Skyrim, 2 down, 11 to go. The next one is a tricky one also, because we need to head into the Temple of Dibella.
I know your kind, always sneaking about.
You're not wrong there. And inside the Temple of Dibella we can find a copy of 2920 Sun's Dawn Volume 2 for the illusion skill. The first time you enter you will be confronted by Senna here. After which you will need to sneak into the inner sanctum. If any of the priestesses discover you sneaking around, you'll receive a sharp reprimand and they will ask you to fulfill a task for them in order to atone for your sins. Once that is out of the way, you can discover our skill book right there. So yes, all in all, you've got to go through quite a bit to get at that one. There is actually a side quest associated with this place. You can speak to a guy called Degain, and he will ask you to steal a statue of Dibella from the inner sanctum. Okay, so the next two skill books can be found in the guard tower, which is right at the very tippy top there. Inside here we can find a copy of the light armor skill book Ice and Chitin, and the one-handed skill book The Importance of Wear. So I'll do the one-handed skill book first. On this table. And the light armor skill book Ice and Chitin is on this table.
Is that magic? Careful, please.
Okay, so now I'm headed to Arnleaf and Sons. Excuse me. To read a copy of the Speech Skill Book, A Dance in Fire, Volume 7. There we are. Next, heading up to Nepos's house.
Guard might get nervous. A man approaches with his weapon drawn.
You can be challenged again in Nepos's house.
You again. What are you doing here?
But once you manage to get past the belligerent servant, you can enter this bedroom and read a copy of the Illusion Skill Book, Mystery of Talara. Excuse me, Part 4.
Yes?
So now I'm heading to the Treasury House
What is it?
to read a copy of Vernaccus and Bourlor, which is an archery skill book.
The Treasury House is really just for patrons of the Silverblood family. You don't belong here.
You just let old Nana know if you need anything. All right, dear?
I think there's something of the cougar about old Nana. But there we have our skill book. And let's get out of
I'm
here.
married to Thonar Silverblood. Keep that in mind while you're speaking to me.
Okay, so now heading up to Understone Keep for the remaining skill books.
Can't wait to kill another Imperial.
And the first stop is going to be the Hall of the Dead. You can gain the key to this place by doing a little side quest for the priest, which I completed quite some time ago. And in here we can find a restoration skill book. I'll go to the local map when we are at our destination. There we are, 2920 Rain's Hand, Volume 4. And we're right there.
Is that magic? Careful, please.
And now just heading up towards the throne. If we turn to our right,
What's the magic?
we can find a copy of the Alteration skill book, Daughter of the Niben. And then in the Jarl's bedchamber, this will require some lockpicking as well. I think this was an adept level lock for me, if memory serves. But in here we can find the Conjuration skill book, the Warrior's Charge. So just 2 more to go, and those can be found through the Dwarven Museum. So in order to enter the Dwarven Museum, you can either pick your way in, or you can find good favour with
God,
Cal
you get
Selmo,
nervous.
in which case he will give you the key. That can be done in several ways. You can do a favour for him, well, a couple of different favours actually, or you can invest in his store. But either way, if you do get the key, you can walk around here freely. If you've picked the lock, obviously you'll
We
need to
are the region
sneak
northeast,
past
across the
these
river.
guys.
Forsworn have taken refuge in broken towers now.
But even if you have the key to the museum, you will still need to steal your way into the laboratory area. Okay, so I've been through here already on the Thieves Guild main quest line. So I'm going to take a shortcut right now in order to read the copy of Enchanting skill book Twin Secrets. If it's your first time here, you'll need to work your way around all of this area first. But as I mentioned, I've already opened up this area from previous exploration. So I can take this shortcut and read Twin Secrets. Right there. I'll go to the local map so you can see exactly where I am. And that just leaves one more skill book, which will be Chimarvamidium for the heavy armour skill, which can be found in Cal Selmo's tower. Right. So, right, I thought it should have been on that table. For some reason it's on this table, but there we are. That's quite peculiar. But either way, you should be able to find a copy of Chimarvamidium in this room. So I hope people have found this useful. I know that some of these books may be quite difficult to get to for lower level characters, but hopefully you'll still be able to obtain quite a few of these books, even if you cannot go through the entire list. So thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.